You are not weak. Your brain only makes you feel that way. You think you are yourself, but you're not who you think you are. You are a glitch, a soft target in a system built by society. But now, this video will format your mind. We've divided this video into 7 parts. Part 1 will show you the massive lie you're living in. Part 3 will burn your emotional loops, the same loops that keep making you weak again and again. Part 6, if you make it that far, you'll have to stop recognizing yourself through your own eyes. And the final part, that's the override. If you watch it, you won't be the same person who started this video. But be warned, this isn't just a video, it's a mind virus ready to install. Then keep watching. Since childhood, you've been taught that you are weak, that you need support from someone older, from a system, from a god. Your sense of self has been manipulated so deeply that you started to believe you're nothing but a helpless human surviving at the mercy of the world. But this is a lie society implanted into your brain, not because it wanted to protect you, but because it was afraid of you. Because if you had discovered your true power, you would have burned to ashes everything this world claims it governs. You were told, don't express, endure. Why? Because the anger inside you, it's pure power. And if that ever gets unleashed, this system can't handle it. Keep watching. You were taught, accept whatever you're given, but the truth is, you can take anything you want from this world if you learn how to delete your limits. Every time you surrendered, you killed a voice inside you, the one that used to whisper, I am more. Your biggest failure wasn't that you didn't try, it's that you did try, but with a false belief. You believed you were ordinary, you accepted that you were limited. You convinced yourself that you needed permission to live, to speak, to express. But the truth is, you never needed anyone's permission. You are the glitch that can break this matrix. But they made you look weak, so you'd never question. They kept you busy, so you'd never pause and ask yourself, what am I and why am I? And that state of questioning, that is your real power, because the moment you ask, the system starts to shake. That's why you don't just need information, you need deprogramming. And this first part is the first strike to your fake identity. You are not weak, you've just adopted the wrong version of yourself. A version that keeps them safe from you. But now it's time to reclaim your real self. No permission, no apology. This is the first step, and the next part will turn you into the assassin of your emotional loops. Ready? Then don't wait. Go to part 2 now. You're not emotional, you're programmed. The feelings that rise within you, they're not a part of your DNA. They were inserted into you again and again through repetition until you became a predictable machine that reacts the same way every time. Why do you break inside when you're rejected? Because someone conditioned you in childhood. If others don't accept you, you're nothing. Why do you drown in guilt when you fail? Because voices inside you keep echoing, you're not enough, you're a loser, you're too slow. That's not you. Those are loops burned into your system, activated again and again to keep triggering you. You're not a living person. You're a walking script replaying the same scenes, no matter how hard you try to escape. And that's exactly what the system wants, because when you're emotional, you're not rational. And when you're not rational, you're easy to control. Every time you overthink, you're just repeating your own programming. Every time you feel anxious, it's not reality. It's a pre-installed virus with one goal, to disconnect you from yourself. But now, you have to burn these loops, not gently, brutally. You have to find the root inside you, where every trigger begins, and set it on fire. When someone rejects you, you respond, so what? I'm not here to be picked, I'm here to dominate. When someone tries to break you, you remind yourself, I'm a code that can be rewritten, and the new coding has already begun. No emotion can destroy you. Once you realize that emotion was never yours to begin with, you will only reclaim yourself when you reject every feeling that someone else installed in you. Emotions are fuel. They will either destroy you or turn you into a supernova. The difference is only this. Do you control the emotions, or do they control you? This part has burned the emotional machinery inside you, but the journey has only begun. Part 3 will reveal a truth that will make you afraid of yourself, and if you're ready, then move forward. After hearing this part, you won't be able to look into your own reflection, because the truth that's about to surface will split your existence open. This is the truth you've always avoided, not because you were weak, but because deep down, you already knew it was real. Listen closely. You were never given freedom. You were only shown an illusion of freedom, like showing a caged bird the open sky and saying, "Fly if you want to." But by then, its wings have already been cut, and you, for years, have been dreaming of the sky with those clipped wings. Your choices are not yours. Your dreams are not yours. Your why is not yours. Everything was planted. TV, school, religion, social media, they all worked together to design you. They told you you're special, then threw you into a system that turns everything special into ordinary. You think you're free, but you only choose from the options you've been allowed, A or B. But you never asked, why not C? Why not D? And what if I don't want to choose anything at all? You've never thought beyond permission. And that is the deepest slavery of all. The real slave isn't the one whose hands are chained. The real slave is the one whose mind is chained and still believes, I'm free. You were always taught to never question yourself. Only question the outside world. What will people say? What if I fail? Is this safe? But you never asked, who am I? And why must I become what this system wants me to be? The purpose of part 3 is not to hurt you. It's to force you to wake up, to give you that moment where you look in the mirror and don't just see a face, but the invisible chains hanging inside your mind. And if you've listened this far, then maybe you're one of the few people this world can never tame again. But remember, part 4 is the moment where you either burn your old self to the ground or stay locked inside it forever. The choice is yours. This is the point where you destroy yourself so you can rebuild yourself. If you've made it this far in the video, then you're no longer who you were when it began. You've ripped through illusions. You've seen the wounds that were always hidden. Now it's time to turn those wounds into armor. But before that, you must break your old shell. Inside you is a false self, one that was taught to you since childhood, molded, trained. Your tone, your laugh, your fears, none of it is truly yours. They're just reactions of a shell you've worn, just to seem acceptable. But now, you stand at a crossroads. 1. Keep wearing the shell and live out a life designed by someone else. Or 2. Break the shell, see yourself raw, and unlearn who you were taught to be. This won't be easy, because when you break the shell, you become exposed. You become vulnerable. You are mentally naked, and this is the moment where most people crawl back inside their shell, because they can't handle the cold of the truth. But if you truly want to set yourself free, you must ask yourself, am I really who I've become? Or am I just chasing the habits, fears, and approvals that were taught to me? Your strength is not in your ego. Your strength lies in your surrender. When you're empty, you can create. When you fall, you become capable of rising. And when you destroy yourself, you gain control. This part is your permission to rebuild yourself. But the next part will show you what the new you can actually become. Part 5 is where, for the first time, you'll see the shape of your true power. If you reach that point, the rest of the world will no longer recognize you. Now you know the old identity was a lie. You broke it, and now you are empty. But the question is, what will you make out of this emptiness? This is the moment where most people fall back, because emptiness is scary. They return to their old labels. I'm an introvert. I'm emotionally weak. I've always been like this. Lies. These are all lies you wrapped yourself in as convenient excuses, so you wouldn't have to endure the pain that growth demands. But now, you can do something most never do. You can design a new self. Self-image isn't static. It's a live, reprogrammable system. And now, you get to override it. Step 1. Choose your monster. Your power is hidden inside your pain. Look closely at what broke you the most, and turn that into your raw material. Were you ignored? Perfect. Now build a presence so undeniable you become impossible to ignore. Were you manipulated? Then structure your mind so strongly that no one ever gets to plant their psychological claws into you again. Were you underestimated? Then walk into every room with a dangerous silence. One that signals, mess with me, and you'll regret it. Step 2. Turn pain into protocol. Give your trauma a language. Turn it into behavior. Audit your emotional responses, and transform every reaction into a tactical move. Don't react with anger. Turn it into controlled fire. Don't freeze in fear. Mold it into survival instinct. This monster won't be wild. It will be calculated. Step 3. Build your emotional armor. Don't deny your emotions. Design them. Every feeling inside you is a message, and only you can decide how to turn that message into action. Your monster will feel emotions, but stay controlled. It will feel hurt, but retaliate with strategy. Step 4. Mirror rejection. You were always afraid of rejection. Now become the kind of existence that people are afraid to reject.
Your aura should make people hesitate, not try to please you, but find you dangerously compelling. Let your silence create tension. Let your eyes apply pressure. Let every step be a calculated war. This part is the foundation, where, for the first time, you see your engineered self. And now, part 6 will reveal the secret that can completely lock and unlock your mind at the same time. If you make it to that part, you will no longer be a normal human. You'll learn to create a mind inside the mind. You've already rebooted your mind, you've deleted your old self, and now you've built a new structure, but there's still one problem. You are alone, because the more self-aware you become, the more you realize the rest of the world is still asleep. Enter the mirror trap. This is a psychological trap that only evolved minds fall into. You observe people, you see their manipulation, their excuses, their patterns. You can't speak, because you know they're not ready, so you stay silent and pretend to play their games, just so you don't hurt them even more. This is when you start to feel emotional isolation. You've become a monster, but your environment is still filled with children, and that is dangerous. Because here, 2 extreme paths will appear. 1, you reject everyone and lock your energy inside yourself. Or 2, you shrink yourself again, just to fit into their world. Both choices are self-betrayal. The solution? You must break the mirror trap. Not by changing others, but by redefining your perception. Listen carefully. Your job is not to save people. Your job is to make sure your mind, your presence, your language becomes so precise that whoever collides with you either evolves or gets out of the way.
You must become a filter, a silent mirror that does not tolerate lies, but reflects them. You will smile, but only for those who recognize your depth. You will help, but only those willing to fight their shadow. Everyone else, let them walk. You now hold that silent darkness, not to change anyone, but because being enough for yourself is your evolution. Now you must learn one more thing, a skill every dangerous mind must master: perception war. This is the knowledge where you don't just control your thoughts, you learn to invade the minds of others, and that secret is hidden in part 7. If you survive this trap, part 7 will hand you the weapon that allows you to shape not just yourself, but your entire environment. You unlocked the monster inside you, you made peace with your shadow, and you survived the mirror trap. Now it's time to activate the most dangerous weapon, your perception. Perception isn't just the act of seeing, it's the lens through which you create meaning for everything you experience. But what do collapse minds do? They don't leave perception passive, they weaponize it. Imagine this: you walk into a room, and without saying a word, your eyes, your tone, your silence start generating questions in people's heads. Who is this? Why is he scanning me? Am I being exposed? That is weaponized presence. 3. Frame invasion. You step into other people's meaning systems, collapse their logic, and install a new frame. This is warfare. Mental warfare. No blood, no swords, only ideas, language, and presence. When you operate at this level, you can read people's movements, pauses, micro-expressions, as if they're characters in your book. And every sentence you speak becomes a hypnotic grenade. You don't just talk, you design where your words will hit. You don't just influence people, you reprogram them. Congratulations. If you've made it this far, you are no longer ordinary. You've become the kind of mind that's an anomaly to the world. You are the glitch that questions the matrix. You are the signal that screams inside the noise. But only those who are already awakened can hear it. You're not likable. You're unignorable. You're no longer human. You are a system override.